winning ways tonight. Our officials, Teddy Valentine, Jamie Lucky, and Brent Hampton. We are underway in Atlanta, and it's Georgia Tech that starts with the ball. Strong start to the season for this Yellow Jackets team, but now a 3-game losing streak. How do they get back to winning ways?
Well, I think the biggest problem that they have is that they just got to find steady play with their guard play, defense on the perimeter. But, hey, finding out who's going to be their second scorer, I think that's the key to both teams tonight. They know what their primary scorers are going to do, who's going to be the secondary guy, and who controls the paint.
Take a look at the starting 5 for the Irish. They played really well against Duke on Saturday. Unlucky to lose that game. Really, you look at their last 3 games, they feel like they've turned a corner.
Yeah, I think they could easily be 3-1 right now instead of 1-3. Just some heartbreaking losses, but that's part of growing up when you're inexperienced.
2 programs with first-year head coaches, and really a lot of similarities because both coaches have come in and built the backbone of their teams with defense.
They have. Defense is both teams' identity, and both teams, again, they're unsure of where their offense is going to come from. So they got to protect the ball, they got to rebound.
Well, we were talking about the star freshman Ndongo opens the scoring for Georgia Tech.
What a surprise he's been. Ability to knock down that 15-foot range shot. Capable of knocking down some threes, but what he really does is just control the paint on both ends of the floor.
Tried to squeeze it to Kebajai, stolen away. Already 2 turnovers for this Notre Dame team. Transition 3, off the mark.
And when you're struggling to score, you want to push the ball like that, but you want to take good shots. You just don't want to take quick shots like that, like George just did. It's one of the plays freshmen make.
Kodnesny misfires from 3, bounces around, offensive rebound. Kick out. Strong drive, up and in for 2. That's exactly what Notre Dame needs. Another freshman, Kerry Booth, delivers.
Great job there, driving to the rim. Using his size at 6'10" and his skill set. He can do that more instead of settling for 3.
Kelly hits it. Miles Kelly. Georgia Tech's looking for more of that, only 25% from 3 on the year.
He struggled from the 3, and he settled so much for that in years past. I think one thing that he's starting to do is put it on the floor, get to the basket, and leave not. Great sign for him to knock down his first 3-point shot. Georgia Tech on the defensive end really want to do a job with Burton. When he gets it out of his hand, they want to try to deny him. They don't want to get it back to him.
Nathan George, another freshman on the floor to start this game for these 2 teams. Great feed, but no finish from Ndongo. Nice step back. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Markus Burton.
Big-time mid-range game for him. I mean, he just does a great job of shooting mid-range shots off the bounce. It's really where he's most comfortable at right now in the season.
Kelly off the bounce. Pull-up pop doesn't fall.
Both teams want to push it, try to score before both defenses get set.
Burton, he is so crafty. Couldn't finish that one, though, but he can get his own shot on demand.
He has. I don't think there's a player in the conference that has more responsibility than him because he has to score for himself, but he also has to create for his teammates.
Tipped in to Wana. In perfect position to clean up the spill.
And as I'm saying with Burton, he just has so much responsibility to his team. And he's a small guy. He's only probably 160 pounds and he's 5'11", but he plays so much bigger than that.
Here's Burton. Through contact. Pulls up. It doesn't drop. He's gotten a couple of good looks. He's only made 1.
Doing a better job there. They're trying to get him off on the move instead of him just coming down and dribbling. That time set a screen, got a dribble handoff out.
And Georgia Tech been very aggressive out of the gate. An early 3-point lead. We're just getting started in Atlanta.
When you're great, Your game does the talking. In the ACC, ours speaks volumes. 3 of the last 8 NCAA championships. 99 NCAA tournament wins since 2015. 8 NCAA titles in the last 22 years. 6 of the top 30 winningest programs in Division I, most of any conference. It's not bragging if it's true. Greatness is what we do. The ACC accomplished greatness.
My 6th grade English class wrote some letters to our local Chick-fil-A that had closed for remodeling.
Dear Chick-fil-A.
Dear Chick-fil-A.
Dear Chick-fil-A. I used to get Chick-fil-A 100 times a week. We need it back. We cannot leave these letters unanswered. So we loaded up our food truck to surprise not just her class, but the entire school.
It was really rewarding as a teacher to see that kindness return to the kids.
We got you a little something to make sure your students keep writing.
When I started college, so many people warned me about credit cards. They just seemed really scary. When I needed a car, I realized that I needed to build credit. So I got the Chime Credit Builder card because I could safely build credit without being afraid of fees or interest. And there was no credit check. My score went up over 60 points and I bought my first car. As a busy college student, having a car is an absolute must. I feel like I could do anything. My next goal, a 700 credit score. Join me at chime.com.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe?
I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
Well, you take a look at the recent history between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech, and typically Randolph, a really close game. 4 of the last 5 decided by 4 points or less. Take a look at the last meeting, only a 2-point game. The difference being those games were Josh Pastner and Mike Baye on the sidelines. Now Damon Stoudemire and Markus Shrewsberry might bring something else to the table in this matchup.
And they will, and they're so similar in their success and everything that they've done. I don't think it's going to change either. I think we'll have a close game tonight.
And both teams have been built with defense as the primary tool. So it'll be really who can find their offensive rhythm first.
And both teams don't know where their offense is going to come from. You know, they can't depend on it every night, but their defense has been reliable.
Booth tries a 3. Too much on it. Tapped in. Rolled around, didn't fall. Kevin Jai stayed with it, but couldn't get it to go. Reeves goes baseline, dumps it off, and Ndongo misses a layup. Exactly what we're talking about. Good looks, just no finish.
Yeah, Ndongo's had 2 easy bunnies tonight. I think he'd like to have back.
Booth finds Burton. Off to Shrewsberry. Those are the 3 freshmen. And it's a perfect freshman connection. Shrewsberry knocks it down to tie it at 7.
Yeah, Braeden is one of those guys. He can get it going. You got to find him from behind the 3-point line. He's more than capable of exploding from the 3-point line.
Markus Shrewsberry turning to 3 freshmen on the floor at the same time. One being his son, Braeden, and he delivers on his first shot of the night.
No excuse not to have confidence when you dash the coach, right?
No doubt. Reeves, the instant answer the other way.
What a find he's been. Okay. Lacey Reeves has just been able to score on all 3 levels for the Jackets. He can very well be a guy that's capable of exploding himself on the offensive end.
Shot clock down to 5. Shrewsberry, catch and shoot. Missed it that time.
Notre Dame wants to keep the ball off the sideline, try to get more in the middle of the floor. And
kick out, Sturdivant. He can't connect. Another offensive rebound. Ndongo battling between two. Picks it up, shoots, and is fouled. Our ACC Tuesday night doubleheader continues from Atlanta. Randolph Childress, Jay Alter with you. We've got a great one between Georgia Tech and Notre Dame, two programs with first-year head coaches. Tough loss on Saturday for both of these programs, but a chance to get a nice bounce-back win on a quick turnaround.
Yeah, you got both teams coming in there desperate for a win. One team on a 3-game losing streak, the other one back-to-back losses. Coming in, defending well. Who steps up on the offensive end? I think the key for either team is who controls the paint tonight on both ends of the floor will come out with the win.
Both of these teams, you mentioned, the backbone is defense, so who can find that offensive rhythm? Right now, they're a combined 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, and both teams on the season shoot under 30% from 3. So that'll be a big key. If anybody can get something going from deep, that's the X factor.
Is there anywhere where there's unexpected offense to come from a guy? Can he just have a game tonight?
Markus Burton's one of those guys, right on the money, drills it from deep.
Well, he's a guy. You know you're going to get some offense from him. He's done it against everyone all year long, and the question for Notre Dame is who else is going to step up for him?
The reigning ACC Freshman of the Week certainly leads the way for Notre Dame, 16 points a game. He's the lead assist man as well. He does it all, number 3 in white.
He's constantly in attack mode, so he puts so much pressure on your defense. So there's got to be a full commitment by your team to slow him down.
Another freshman, Braeden Shrewsberry, knocks down his second triple and delivers Notre Dame their first lead of the night.
I think he's someone eventually. Georgia Tech tends to play in gaps, and they got to get to him high hands and closeouts on his three-point shots because he's capable of getting hot from behind the arc. He's knocked down 2 here early.
It's the Notre Dame freshman leading the way right now. They have all 13 points for the Irish to start this game. A 3-headed monster. You love to see that if you're a Notre Dame fan. These young freshmen growing up quick in ACC play. Under 10 seconds to shoot. Burton lost the handle. Tied up with a jump ball. Notre Dame with the possession arrow when we come back, and the Irish starting to dial it in from deep.
Braeden Shrewsberry's coming off, showing you, hey, Burton knocks down this one, coach's son knocks down the next. 2 quick threes, big-time game here in Midtown.
You'll love this. So much space. Wait till you see the kitchen. Oh, another door. Oh, another door. You can really get lost in this place. Pretty sure we are.
Oh boy.
Where are we? Oh.
Where's the kitchen?
Is this a bedroom?
At least we could bundle our home and car insurance with Geico.
You could save a lot. Square footage is good for resale.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
Do you know how to get out?
The competition's never been better.
I would never let a woman do that.
The stars have never been brighter.
Hayden Clark, 3,000 career points.
Come on, Cameron Brink.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty. It was A-more magic.
Something brewing tonight. There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
There's the flex. Hitley going to town.
Oh, Deja Kelly.
But it grows, you can't control it. And she knows.
Sanaya Rivers, show me a little something, something.
She has it.
It's different on the networks of ESPN.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe?
I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
BMW, Freightliner, Ford, and many more of the world's leading brands hire Universal Technical Institute grads. And now we're expanding to new industries. Since 1965, UTI has become known for its training in fields like auto, diesel, and welding. And with new programs coming in fields like aviation maintenance, HVACR, and wind energy, you can get more. Don't wait. Now's the time to train for a career you're passionate about. Visit uti.edu today.
Just getting started here in Atlanta. Notre Dame on top of Georgia Tech 13-10. You know, both of these programs tonight with first-year head coaches and both new bosses for Georgia Tech. Damon Stoudemire for Notre Dame, Markus Shrewsberry. Very similar background, spent time as college assistants as well as in the NBA. Both actually with the Boston Celtics, kind of in that Brad Stevens tree. Both kind of relying on freshman stars, which you don't really see a lot of times now in college basketball with all these fifth-year seniors and transfers in both. Hey, early in our tenure, we got a nice key win. Notre Dame looked great in that win against Virginia, and for Georgia Tech, that marquee win against Duke.
Well, like we said, they both have come in with a defensive-oriented teams, and their teams have been really strong defensively, intentionally that way, knowing that their offense is going to come around. So let's see which team starts to take shape and brings in their offense and able to help out the defense and score a little bit. But so much similarities in these two teams, relying on freshmen, bringing those guys in to kind of shape the future of the team.
Roper lost a shoe, so Teddy Valentine comes in and blows the play dead. And that bailed out Notre Dame because there was only 5 seconds left on the shot clock coming out of this timeout.
This has been a concern. This is the concern, I believe, for Notre Dame is who else besides Burton can create their offense. It puts so much pressure on Shrewsberry to draw up plays to do so. Damon's upset saying, why are we stopping the clock for his shoe coming off? I think it's a good call. Accidentally stepped on his foot there, and Dame is like, let him play without a shoe.
We've seen it happen before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you get a look for the coach's son, Braeden Shrewsberry, who's already knocked down 2 threes tonight. He's had the hot hand for Notre Dame. All 13 of the Irish points belong to their 3 freshmen. Into Roper. Has to let it fly. Shot clock down to 1. And that's a violation.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. I'd like to get a better shot with 5 seconds left. You see he's coming to the bench. Coach Shrewsberry's telling him you had 5 seconds. Catch it, put your head down, try to make a play. Just held on to it and took a difficult shot.
Third turnover against Notre Dame in this first half. Georgia Tech nearing a 3-minute scoring drought without a made shot. We've told you, offense is the question mark for both of these teams. Whoever finds more consistency on the offensive end is going to win this game tonight.
It's the paint. Who controls the paint?
Another miss.
Great defensive possession there by Notre Dame.
Georgia Tech's missed 4 in a row, just 1 of their last 7. Notre Dame defense has been excellent.
Yeah, Logan Imes is in the game right now. You see Davis with the ball at the top. They're not going to guard him. They're going to sit in the paint. His defender's going to help on everyone else. Great job by Braeden Shrewsberry there drawing a foul. But Logan Imes in. He's the backup point guard. His ability to play, to take some pressure and help this team when Burton's out. These minutes are so crucial for him, for Notre Dame's offense.
Imes, another freshman, Indiana native. Just like Burton. They really rely on Burton, so you're right. When he's out of the game, the offense just really lacks that flow, that rhythm.
This is critical minutes for him out there now. As you can see, a foul here. Burton's ability, because of his speed, you don't really press up on him as much. Imes comes in, you turn up the heat, you pressure him quite a bit. You gotta, those fouls are on the guard. You tend to wait. You gotta wait and let Zona set his feet. Zona kind of turns his shoulder in there again, draws the foul. You want your vet, you want an experienced guy. He knows if his guards moves, just stop. You stop right where you are. You don't have to run to the screen and commits the 4th turnover there for Notre Dame.
Maybe Kyle Sturdivant can be the guy to get things going. He's been excellent off the bench this season, #1 for Georgia Tech. Coming off a game Saturday where he was 1 assist shy of a triple-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. He's embraced a new role. He was a starter last year for Georgia Tech, now comes off the bench. The one thing you can say about him is he doesn't start, but he usually finishes the game.
And that's the key. You know, so many guys worry about starting the game, and more important,
up top, a one-hand jam by Ndongo.
I think he heard me talk about him missing those previous 2 layups, and you know what? He wasn't going to miss the 3rd. He nearly tore the rim off.
And that gets some juice into the building for the first time tonight. Georgia Tech struggled offensively. A one-hand jam like that, maybe some momentum for the Yellow Jackets. And they have the turnover. Here's Sturdivant. Up ahead, knocked away, and kept in play by Notre Dame. Burton back into the game, transition 3. Too much on it. Offensive rebound keeps things with the Irish.
Both of these guys are going to push. Both teams are going to push in transition, try to get an easy one. They know they're going to have their challenges in the half-court sets.
Zona rattles in and out, no good. And now the Irish have fallen ice cold into a scoring drought of 3 minutes. And Ndongo. To go right back to him. Why not? The freshman's been the go-to guy all season long, and that's why.
You got to be looking, if you're playing against Georgia Tech, they do a great job of, after that ball screen, they want to hit the pocket pass to their bigs, get them moving. If they can finish like that, like Ndongo did. If not, skip your weak side.
And Ndongo with 7 of the Yellow Jackets' 14 tonight. And another turnover. That's 6 against the Irish in this first half.
Turnovers have been a concern all year long. When you got young youth in your backcourt, inexperience, you got to live with them. You just want them to be like that. You don't mind dead ball turnovers. You get to set your defense.
Good ball movement. Leads to a 3.
Got to get to Miles Kelly. Great ball reversal there. Closeouts late. And his 6'6" frame allows him to elevate over the defense and knock down his second 3.
Georgia Tech on a 7-0 run. They've taken control of this game. Another turnover. Kelly calling for it. Gets it. Doesn't connect. That would have made it a 10-0 run to take control of this game.
Turnovers now. Who else can settle this team down? The way Georgia Tech is defending, I try to get the ball to Davis and allow him here, because he's not going to get pressured.
Right on cue.
He's not going to get pressured, so they're going to sag off of him. They want him, since they're sagging off, to relieve pressure. He can drive and attack the guy that's sitting in the paint. I think if he continues to do that, he'll draw that defender out, and it'll open up things for other players. And Markus Shrewsberry talked about that. They're going to pressure his guards, his backcourt. And if you're going to sag off Davis, use him as a press release.
Here's Miles Kelly. Feeds it inside. Ndongo right up with it. Burton in attack mode right down the lane. And now Booth lays it up and in to tie it at 17.
Big time play, not settling. He could have very easily taken that 3. Extra pass out of the corner by Davis.
Good pass. And Nathan George drills it to fire Georgia Tech back in front.
It's got to go. Great shot by George for his confidence. He's only shooting 19% coming in. But when you take the right shots, your percentages will go up. I often tell guys your percentages are indicative of your shot selection. Take the right shots, they'll fall.
Konechny answers with a triple of his own. J.R. Konechny, after a quiet first half for him, ties it at 20.
He has the size at 6'7" to elevate when he catches and shoots and knock down shots. Really good shooter when his feet set.
Good defense there, just going up tall to deny Miles Kelly.
They're putting Davis in a play. He just ran by coach and said, give me a sub.
Now back and forth we go in this first half, tied at 20.
Up, and away here. Penetration, throwing it up to the big fella, and he is tearing the rim down. Great start here in the Peach State.
What even is this? Don't touch my things, gross. Janice, when you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need my weighted hoop? It's for my snatched waist. It's my dog chase lounger. Foot treadmill. That's my Tuesday chalice. Purse that says purse. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber. I can't live without oxygen. Solid gold coffee machine. Lake making kit. Really? Can Progressive cover that too? Yes, but... Hi, it's Janice. I'll take 5. Is my voice on TV right now?
Hitley going to town. Oh, Deja Kelly.
She's the it girl, she can't control it. And she knows it.
Sanaya Rivers, show me a little something, something.
She has it.
The competition's never been better.
I would never let a woman do that.
The stars have never been brighter.
Avery Tarr, 3,000 career points.
Come on, Cameron Brink.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty. Ain't more magic. Something brewing tonight.
There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
On ESPN Plus.
Everybody out on the golf course.
From the Pacific to the playoffs and every hole in between.
Phenomenal stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Every tournament starts on ESPN Plus. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. All the energy.
These kids are having fun.
All the personalities.
Think Scotty's into it?
All the unexpected. All season. PGA Tour Live on ESPN Plus.
A Tuesday night in Atlanta, ACC doubleheader, and it's the freshmen who have stolen the show so far.
Just a great job from both sides of the ball. I mean, these guys are buying in, and now we're at the midway point of the season. I think it seems like we're getting into conference play, but at the midway point, you want your freshmen to start. You want to treat them as if they're sophomores. You want to depend on them a little bit more. Both teams have been rewarded with the production so far.
And how great is that to see for 2 first-year head coaches rebuilding these programs that the young guys you brought in are delivering immediately for you.
And you want those guys. You brought them in. You recruited them for specific roles and how they fit in your program. It's great when you get it right. They're rewarding you with their performances so far, and both coaches got to be super excited about their young guys.
But Damon Stoudemire certainly happy that Baye Ndongo, 2-time ACC Freshman of the Week, has had such a bright start to his college career. You said a little bit of a surprise. You weren't expecting that instant production out of the gate from him.
No, you weren't. I don't think anybody did. And both of these young freshmen, he and Markus Burton have exceeded everyone's expectations. Those guys are legit. Really good players, and their futures are just extremely bright.
Kick to the corner. Reeves fires and is fouled. So we'll get 3 at the line. Kawasi Reeves, who leads Georgia Tech with 41% shooting percentage from 3.
Yeah, Braeden comes out. He leaves his feet and tries to contest and tried to get out of the way. It's definitely a foul there. You know when you make a mistake, you don't even go near the coach, and you definitely don't go near it when it's your dad. You just walk to the other side of the floor. He's standing on the other side of the free throw line and acts like his dad's calling him to take out the trash. Like, huh? Like what? Like, I don't, you talking to me?
You know what that's like because you coached your son Brandon at Wake Forest.
I did. It's we talked about that. I got a chance to talk to Mike about that earlier today. And this is his first time coaching him. You know, and he handles it well. And I teased him and I said, you know, your son has a difficult job. I said, he goes in the locker room and guys talk about you, and it's hard for him. He said, heck, my son is leading the group talking about me, saying my dad sucks. So,
well, he's knocked down 2 threes today.
He has been everything his dad could ask for and helped him shape this culture here at Notre Dame, and an invaluable piece.
Burton, everything but the finish. Jai trying to clean up the spill, had it swiped. Reeves goes baseline, scoop to the hoop, up and in for 2.
That's what Notre Dame cannot have. The live ball turnovers leading to transition points. They can turn it over, which they're comfortable with, but they need it to be dead ball so they can set their defense. Live ball turnovers destroy your team no matter what age you have, freshman or not.
Yeah, that's now 9 points off turnovers for the Yellow Jackets. That's been the difference of this first half. Booth, step back, decides not to pull the trigger. Roper does, though. Comes up with nothing. And another empty possession for the Irish.
Yeah, I thought that one was on carry. I thought he should have caught it and shot that one. Just a great job here. Driving, using the basket for protection with the reverse lay against Jai. Reeves getting himself going this afternoon.
Deep 3, Kelly. He's been feeling it tonight. Buries another. Miles Kelly with his 3rd 3. And Georgia Tech a 7-point lead. Timeout, Notre Dame. The Yellow Jackets starting to feel it here at home.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Save nearly $750.
With that kind of money, we could fly south.
Except we don't migrate.
No, I'm talking actually fly. Sit back, relax, maybe work on my novel, and I won't forget the little birds out there. Actually, yes, I will.
Wow, money changed you.
Just keeping it real. Do people still say that?
Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds to spend on whatever you dream up.
Saturday, a terrific triple header right here on ACC Network. It tips off with Boston College at Clemson at 3. And then Georgia Tech, a trip to Cameron Indoor at 5. The nightcap, Miami at Virginia Tech. That is a great day of basketball right here on ACC Network. We were saying before the game, Randolph, good news, bad news of the ACC this year. Anybody can beat anybody, which is great for the fans, but does hurt the conference.
Well, I don't always subject to that, but I understand it, you know, from a standpoint of that's the narrative. The ACC is just fighting against this narrative, and to be honest, this league is so competitive. These teams out here are at the bottom, toward the bottom of the ACC, and they're difficult, and they're going to win some games. And it's going to be difficult to go in their poor home court and win games because they have defense, and their defense travels.
And you're right to say it's the narrative because you should get a lot of credit for beating a Florida State, a Georgia Tech, and Notre Dame, and yet the country doesn't seem to want to give it. And I'll tell you what, you're going to have teams like a Notre Dame, like a Florida State, who just beat a good Wake Forest team earlier tonight, that get so much better from the team they were in November to February.
We're sitting here highlighting freshmen, and every freshman gets better.
Hammering it home, Tay Davis, he's growing into the game.
He's starting to adjust to how he's being played. He realizes he's not a shooter. He's impacting the game in so many different ways. That time attacking the rim, getting a backdoor cut. No communication with Georgia Tech defense, and he slams it home.
Kelly's had the hot hand. He's fouled. Georgia Tech a 5-point lead. Notre Dame getting back in it though.
Yeah, just to get to backdoor cut. Big, taking care of each other. Davis finds that, slams it home over Reeves. Getting Notre Dame back in this game.
When you're great, your game does the talking. In the ACC, ours speaks volumes. 3 of the last 8 NCAA championships. 99 NCAA tournament wins since 2015. 8 NCAA titles in the last 22 years. 6 of the top 30 winningest programs in Division I, most of any conference. It's not bragging if it's true. Greatness is what we do. The ACC accomplished greatness.
Someone in this room stole my autographed basketball, signed by the 1948 All-Star team. So I've called in a specialist, an ease specialist.
Okay, let's start with what we do know. Geico makes it easy to bundle coverage for your car and home. Yeah, even precious sports memorabilia.
What a relief. Let's get back to charades.
But I was also going to crack the case.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's true. Me?
It's easy to bundle your home and car. It's easy to Geico.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Added up shooting threes and I slam on them. Slam!
A new night every Wednesday in January. The league's biggest teams, the game's brightest stars.
We hold the rock, I got 2 hands on it. Half court, we shooting shots like we wide open. Woo!
NBA Wednesday on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
We have breaking news right now, so we wait to see how this plays out. In all my years, I never watched anything like this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Mahomes. What a catch!
Hey, you gotta watch this. I'm watching. Oh, I'm watching.
Might be touchdown!
Now on SportsCenter, another wild night.
Watch me do this.
Filling the trades gap.
Every Thursday right here on ACC Network, we've got a women's basketball doubleheader for you. This week, Kiki Jefferson and number 15 Louisville are in Pittsburgh. And then the nightcap, Miami at number 11 Virginia Tech, one of the best teams in the country. That'll be a great one in Blacksburg. Randolph Childress, Jay Alter with you. A little doubleheader of our own here on the men's side in Atlanta. Georgia Tech a 29-24 lead. You take a look at the way these two teams started the game compared to now, and both teams have found a much better offensive rhythm.
And that's what happens with both of these teams. That's been their MO so far this year. They've had scoring droughts, and then they pick it up. They get it. They find a moment where they find some consistency, but it's the scoring droughts and how they attack it. And they're trick when you got young guys, they're adjusting to how the speed of the game is, and Burton has struggled with that early in his career, and he told us that the game is starting to slow down for him.
And you've seen the flashes for both of these teams. I mean, Georgia Tech ranked wins against Mississippi State and Duke, an overtime win against Penn State. Really good performances, and yet now on a 3-game losing streak, so just finding that balance game in and game out. Sturdivant didn't get it off in time. Shot clock violation. And similar for Notre Dame. You beat Virginia 76-54. You play really well against NC State and Duke, but just not consistent enough offensively to finish those games.
And that's what happens with these guys. They turn it over at opportune times. And this, we're seeing here, Notre Dame has 10 turnovers early in this game, and it's difficult to roll. They're on pace to have over 20-plus turnovers. They've given up 14 points off turnovers so far this half. And they're defending well. You can't shoot yourself in the foot.
3 minutes left in his first half. Great pass, even better finish. Keba Jai on a terrific feed from Burton.
Jai does as good a job as anybody controlling the paint. He attacks your bigs inside. He does a great job finishing. He manages the paint, and it's critical for this Notre Dame's defense.
Deep three, Reeves. Off the mark, no good.
Watch the early drag here from Burton.
In attack mode, calls his own number and delivers. Markus Burton.
Has to do that because you want to attack as a guard like that because it gets guys off of him and the defense is getting set. When the defense is set, they're scheming him. He draws the crowd. So much easier to do it in transition. So that early drag is always good offense for the Fighting Irish.
By Ndongo, backing down. Kicks out, Sturdivant. Working on Burton. And now Kelly. 3 seconds to shoot. To the corner, have to heave, air ball. And that's a shot clock violation. Georgia Tech out of rhythm. It's allowed Notre Dame to go on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes.
I'd like to see once they possess the ball, you see the defense possess it, just let them go. You know, teams want to get out in transition. You want to reward yourself, and instead of Notre Dame having a possession transitioning in, now they're going to play against a set Georgia Tech defense. Either way, outstanding defense there by Notre Dame.
Here's Burton looking for the lead. Floater doesn't fall. Up ahead, Reeves. Right to the rim, missed it. Couple of layups that Georgia Tech's left on the table tonight. Transition 3. Shrewsberry rattles it in. Braeden Shrewsberry. That's his 3rd 3 of the night.
5-point swing there. Georgia Tech gets a layup, they miss it. Notre Dame rebounds it, pushes it, gets numbered. Braeden Shrewsberry knocks down his 3rd 3 of the first half.
Tip ball, Ndongo goes and gets it, leads to a wide open 3. Kelly can't finish it. Foul on the floor goes against Burton.
It's great numbers there. Off a miss, you're pushing it, finds him in rhythm there. Pretty stroke there by the coach's son, showing you how well and how sweet that jump shot is of his. 3 threes already.
And over the last 3 minutes, Notre Dame on a 9-0 run.
Droughts.
What a momentum swing. This is right before halftime.
Yeah, we talk about it. Both of these teams have their scoring droughts. It's a game of runs, and now it looks like for the Yellow Jackets, there's a lid on the rim.
Contested shot, no good.
That's one you want to see them drive it there. You're already fighting against a 9-0 run. Put pressure on the rim.
Burton just having his way right now, draws the foul.
Burton, you got to pressure him and dictate to him where he goes. If you give him options to read, his quickness there as he crosses over Sturdivant, you got to know he is so quick. He gets on the side, keep him on that side.
Not as big, but he's got some Blake Wesley to his game.
He's a blur. I think he has a gear about him. He has quickness, short area quickness. He plays bigger than his size.
On display. Sets up a wide open 3. Missed it. And those are the shots you want to get if you're Markus Shrewsberry and Notre Dame. Just can't knock them down.
Earlier in the first half, Davis had that shot and made one more, and they got a 3 out of it. That time he took it. It was an open shot, but he also could catch that on the move and continue to put pressure on the rim.
7 seconds to shoot. George lost the handle. Swiped away by Burton. The steal. Can't get the finish. 4 seconds left in the half. Ndongo heaves it. He had plenty of time. He let that ball go with 4 seconds left in the half.
You just saw both freshmen make 3 freshmen plays there. George with the turnover, Burton with the missed layup, and then Ndongo rebounds it. Great job, and then he heaves it from 75 feet with time. And that's why coaches go ball.
Well, Notre Dame months ago, nearly 2 years ago, February 12th at Clemson,
What a big boost this would be if they can hang on in the second half.
That will end this year without a doubt.
Reeves, right on cue, opens the scoring in the second half with a long three, and Georgia Tech back in front. I think buckle up. This is going to be a fun second half, back and forth between two teams that desperately need this win.
Who steps up on the offensive end for either team? Kelly's gotten it going. You know, Burton always has this responsibility of creating. He's got some help, but this still is going to boil down to who steps up offensively, but who continues to control the paint. And that's not just on post-up. As Burton does it by getting in the paint off the dribble, creating for himself and teammates. And Tech puts so much pressure on you with so many different players as well, getting inside.
Thrown away. Talked about the Notre Dame turnovers. Live ball led to 14 points off those turnovers. Let's see if Georgia Tech can cash in here. And they do! Count it! Plus the foul, Nathan George.
Turning defense in the offense is what Georgia Tech is living by tonight, and still here, and George comes off and probes and gets a slap on the arm and kisses it off the glass for two, letting you know, like, I'm a freshman too, and I'm pretty darn good.
And that is a third foul against Markus Burton. And without the freshman on the floor, Notre Dame just a totally different team. Offensive rebound finds Reeves. He can't connect. Another offensive board keeps possession alive.
Now, you can't have turnovers like this and give up offensive rebounds.
Especially when you're on the road trying to get that elusive road win. Burton, with 3 fouls, stays on the floor.
You know you can't play long spurts without him. You got to trust him.
Konechny draws the foul.
Great job there by Konechny. He's known his ability to face up and stretch the defense. That time taken to the rim, drawing foul. Just comes off. Ndongo doesn't cut him off. He gets the angle, leans in, draws the contact. He's capable of having big scoring spurts as well, and needs a little help getting its offensive going. That time, taking the offense into his own hands, showing you he can come off the screen with his weak hand, get to the rim and make a play.
Those were the first 2 free throw attempts for Notre Dame on the night. Didn't attempt a single one in the first half. Ndongo didn't have the right touch there. He's been a bright spot tonight, though, for the Yellow Jackets, the star freshman.
That little pocket pass there is how they score so much. Is getting it right inside the free throw line area.
Tay Davis, nobody picked him up. Right down the lane for an easy 2.
Oh, it'll be there all night for him. Just driving that closeout. They're sagging off. It hurts other players from scoring because his man helps, but he can be aggressive to play for himself and others.
Ndongo lost it. Here comes Julian Roper with a head of steam, pulls it out.
Thought Roper had numbers there.
Gets it back. Turns around, fouled, puts it up and in. Julian Roper delivers the lead back to Notre Dame.
That's the basketball gods rewarding him. I thought he had a chance to score early in the possession. Here time, he wasn't expecting a pass, and he got it and drove. Again, we talk about this is why you get in the paint, playoff 2. Gets the freshman off his feet, leans into him, draws the foul, and has a chance here for a 3-point play.
Roper, the transfer from Northwestern. This was a complete roster overhaul by Markus Shrewsberry when you consider the transfers of the freshmen that have come in. So it's no surprise that with every game they play, they look more together, more cohesive.
They're going to get better and better. I mean, there's just not much here from last year's roster at all.
Nathan George, the answer. The foul off ball. It was Baye Ndongo who was on the floor. Jamie Luckey came in to make the call. So they call it on Roper.
I think it's Roper on the box out there. Put a physical box out there, and it's going to be a lot. It's going to be physical play inside. Both of these teams don't mind putting a body on you.
So an opportunity for make it, take it. George the handles. Couldn't find Reeves in the corner.
Yeah, that's a turnover on George, but that's not his fault. He did the right thing. He drove baseline there. Wasey Reeves got to get to the corner for that driving kick. So you see Davis now doing a little bit more ball handling without Burton on the floor. Davis essentially is becoming a point guard for the Notre Dame team.
Roper with 5 seconds to shoot. Lost the handle.
Great job there. Good patience coming off the ball screen. Georgia Tech then drops. He puts his defender on his hips. Creates the angle. Was able to maneuver there, get in the rim and draw a foul. Who can continually control the paint? Get to the rim. Last couple possessions here, Georgia Tech in particular, Roper's been able to do so.
Makes the first. So after Notre Dame hadn't been to the foul line the entire first half, they've already taken 5 in the second. They've made 4 of them.
I bet you there's been some halftime conversations there saying, just stop shooting threes. If they don't come within the flow of the offense, maybe exception a few guys. Just keep putting pressure in the paint.
Another turnover. Up ahead to Roper. Right to the rim. Missed it. But the perfect position. Follow flush. J.R. Konieczny. Timeout, Georgia Tech. Notre Dame, their largest lead of the night.
George leaves his feet in the turnover, and Notre Dame just comes down and turns defense in the offense with the, I'm going to call it a tip pass there by J.R. Konieczny with the jam.
The competition's never been better.
Have you never let a woman do that?
The stars have never been brighter.
Caitlin Torres, 3,000 career points. Come on, Cameron Brink.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty.
Amor magic. Some brewing tonight.
There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Ready for the NFL playoffs?
I was born ready.
Dramatic entrances? Check. Team of Destiny?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. All the heart-pumping playoff action of your dreams? Check, please. So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of Destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Added up shooting threes and I slam on them. Slam!
A new night every Wednesday in January. The league's biggest teams, the game's brightest stars.
We hold the rock, I got 2 hands on it. Half court, we shooting shots like we wide open. Woo!
NBA Wednesday on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
The most passion, the most intensity. This is the way basketball's supposed to be.
Taking the tours, I'm wrecking the land. I keep it hardcore cause it's dope, man.
What better way to get the juices flowing and to get your adrenaline going? That's it, Jerome!
I keep it hardcore like you never saw your wannabe. You wannabe.
been better.
This is just spectacular.
The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus. From the Pacific to the playoffs, every tournament starts on ESPN Plus. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. PGA Tour live.
Looking forward to some gymnastics on ACC Network this weekend, Friday and Saturday night at 9 Eastern. The quad meets get going on Friday, and we're featuring North Carolina, Arizona, Boise State, and Nebraska. Gymnastics season here in the ACC. Here in Atlanta, Randolph Childress, Jay Alter with you. Georgia Tech has fallen behind by 5, very similar to the game on Saturday against Boston College, where turnovers in the second half really started to take their toll. In the game against Boston College, they had 8 turnovers, which led to 17 points already tonight. And we're just started the second half, 3 turnovers, and Notre Dame's cashed in with 7.
And as we said many times already tonight, they've been live ball turnovers, and they turn the offense. And when you struggle to score, the last thing you want to do is give a team easy points. And it's just so difficult to overcome, and it's led to this Notre Dame stepping out 5-point lead right now.
And Baye Ndongo has gone cold for this Georgia Tech team. He had 7 of the first 14, but has been scoreless since.
Nice call there by Stoudemire. The screen to get Kelly amid 3 at the top of the key, unable to knock it down, but he shot it well tonight.
Shrewsberry, too long, offensive rebound, stays with the Irish.
Long shots, long rebound there. Got to hit and go get.
Kebajai missed it, another offensive rebound. Davis puts it up and in. Tay Davis, he's been outstanding tonight, up to 10.
He has. You're sagging off him in the half court, but that doesn't mean you can't continue to go to the offensive glass and make plays for others.
10.7 rebounds for Davis. Kelly, Georgia Tech needed that 3, and Kelly delivers.
No hesitation, missed the last one. Comes right back, lead scorer, knocks down that 3.
That's his 4th made 3 tonight. Came in to the game only shooting 25% from 3. Roper rejected at the rim. Bounced around, and they say it's going to be Notre Dame ball. The home fans don't like it. And they've reversed the call. It'll be Georgia Tech ball. When we come back, Yellow Jackets battling, trailing by 4.
The competition's never been better.
This is just spectacular.
The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC. The competition's never been better.
Have you never let a woman do that?
The stars have never been brighter.
Caitlin Clark, 3,000 career points. Come on, Cameron Brink.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty.
Amor magic.
Something brewing tonight.
There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
We have breaking news right now, so we wait to see how this plays out. In all my years, I never watched anything like this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Mahomes. What a catch!
Hey, you gotta watch this. I'm watching.
Oh, I'm watching.
You might be done.
Now on SportsCenter, another wild night.
Watch me do this.
The Australian Open hits different on the networks of ESPN.
PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus. Everybody out on the golf course. From the Pacific to the playoffs and every hole in between.
Phenomenal stuff. It's pretty cool.
Every tournament starts on ESPN Plus. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. All the energy.
These kids are having fun.
All the personalities.
Think Scotty's into it?
All the unexpected. All season. PGA Tour Live on ESPN+.
Ready for the NFL playoffs?
I was born ready.
Dramatic entrances? Check. Team of Destiny?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. All the heart-pumping playoff action of your dreams? Check, please.
I'm here courtside. Watch this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Watch this, watch this.
Watch me, do this.
Well, in the first half, it was all about the freshmen for these two teams, but scoreless in the second half, both Burton and Ndongo, and you have to wonder, maybe the one freshman that emerges here in the second half could be the difference in this game.
Yeah, Burton has foul trouble early. They had him out, and they've been able to sustain his run. He's just gotten back in the game here. Let's see if he can continue to get things going, but his third foul, he's come out. Notre Dame actually increased the lead with him on the bench, and that's something that hasn't happened very often for this group. And Ndongo has guys around him. I think he has more protection when he's on the floor and of support from a physicality standpoint, and I think that's where his advantage is in this game. But one of these guys has to step up. Both teams are shooting 50% from the floor here early in the second half, and who can continue the hot scoring? And Burton just getting back in the game, and let's see how they involve him.
Now it's Kyle Sturdivant and Georgia Tech with the ball, trailing by 4, 5 minutes into the second half. Both of these teams eyeing this matchup as a critical conference game. Both coming off tough, hard-fought losses on Saturday. Feel like this is one that they need to have.
Big possession there. They tried to go at Burton and get that 4th foul, posting him up. He held his ground, didn't commit a foul, and those kind of plays you want to do when you're learning to trust a player that's in foul trouble.
Burton on the move in attack mode. Step back. Missed it. Georgia Tech's really struggled in the half court. What do they need to do to break out of the slump?
Yeah, then it is, where do you want to go here? You know, you got to go to, you try to go to Ndongo here inside, and Notre Dame always does a really good job of doubling the post. So you got to get it to the second or third side, try to drive closeouts. You know, throwing it in the post against Notre Dame is always difficult because they're going to come and they're going to double. Hey, honestly, one of the biggest things between these two teams is this guy here with the ball. His ability to get downhill and make plays. Georgia Tech just doesn't have that guy.
Shrewsberry, perfect touch. The floater falls for the coach's son, Braeden Shrewsberry.
Now that's a great job there. He's known as his three-point shooting there, but if you're a shooter that way and teams tend to pressure and close out hard, he drove that, shot the floater.
Great look. Coleman can't connect. You couldn't ask for better looks if you're Georgia Tech in this second half. They just can't finish it.
Can't knock them down, and they're sagging off. They struggle from behind the three-point line, and again, they don't have a guy that can create for himself and others the way Burton does for his group. When everything breaks down, like now, put the ball in his hand, get him going right, finds an open guy, get an open look.
Booth, he misfires. Both teams will look back and say, those are a couple that we should have had. Kelly, a three. That rims out no good. Now, for two teams that came into tonight shooting under 30% from three, they are settling for a lot from deep right now.
Well, that's a good shot, and Kelly's a guy that's capable. He's shown in the past that he can knock down shots. He's knocked down 4 tonight. So you want him to continue to do it. You just want the right guys doing it. So you don't have no issue with that shot. You want him to continue to shoot those. See someone telling him to do it, he's like, I got you. You got you. That's what you want to see, a shooter with confidence. Can't waver.
Burton. Off to fellow freshman Carey Booth, tangled up, stolen away. Great defense by Debo Coleman.
Yeah, Debo just took it. Just physically just overwhelmed the freshman there in that possession.
Yellow Jackets in a 3-minute scoring drought. Kelly trying to end it, and he does! Miles Kelly shooting out of the slump.
Shooters do what they do. There's no slump. When you're a shooter, you don't care. You don't believe in slumps. You just keep shooting. Kelly showing you that, like he told last possession, I got you. He's not worried at all.
That's his 5th made 3 tonight. Came in just shooting 25% from 3. He's been double that. Konechny, tough take, gets it to drop.
Like we talked about, he has the size. Gets in there, shoots the runner off 1 foot. His size at 6'7" allows him to get downhill and get his shot off. Great shot there.
Ndongo been quiet, scoreless in this second half. Sets the screen for Kelly. Coleman a 3. It's good! Debo Coleman! And Georgia Tech right back in it.
Stoudemire talked about he wanted Coleman to be more of a catch-and-shoot three-point guy. He does a really good job of that all year, shooting in the 30s from percentage-wise. He's more than capable of doing so. Right around a 35% clip. Great catch-and-shoot there, getting his feet up under him.
Madzona trying to answer with a triple. Can't connect. The extra pass, Reeves, the patience, the poise, everything but the made shot. That would have been for the lead.
That was a big shot there, but great possession. Got the ball in the middle of the floor, what you wanted to do. Ndongo, force rotation, bigs, being able to pass.
Shrewsberry showing he's not just a three-point shooter. Puts Notre Dame back up by 4.
Really impressed with him is the way he's handled himself and knocked down a couple of shots early. The last 2 baskets, putting the ball on the floor, taking what the defense is giving him.
Ndongo going right into Zona.
That's where you see the physicality of Zona, his strength. What a pass.
And the finish, Miles Kelly. McCamish Pavilion gets on their feet after that slam.
That's why Ndongo is going to be so special, because his ability to pass. He defends well, he rebounds well, really good hands, but his ability to pass is something that a lot of bigs just can't do.
Well, Miles Kelly injecting some life into Georgia Tech as they try and finish off this comeback.
Miles Kelly here just cuts back door, finishes strong. He's trying to lead his team to the 2nd ACC win.
We have breaking news right now, so we wait to see how this plays out. In all my years, I never watched anything like this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Mahomes. What a catch!
Hey, you gotta watch this. I'm watching.
Oh, I'm watching.
You might be done.
Now on SportsCenter, another wild night.
Watch me do this.
The Australian Open hits different on the networks of ESPN.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
The competition's never been better.
This is just spectacular.
The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Added up shooting threes and I slam on them. Slam!
A new night every Wednesday in January. The league's biggest teams, the game's brightest stars.
We hold the rock, I got 2 hands on it. Half court, we shooting shots like we wide open. Woo!
NBA Wednesday on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
The most passion, the most intensity. This is the way basketball's supposed to be.
Notre Dame had built a 7-point second-half lead, but then Miles Kelly has brought the Yellow Jackets right back in it.
He has. He struggled shooting from the three-point line all year, 25%. He has got his rhythm tonight. He's knocked down 5 3-pointers from all over the court. Even got himself going, attacking the paint here on the post feed, backdoor cuts, slams it home, doing all he can to get the Yellow Jackets this victory.
Miles Kelly averaging 15 on the season, which leads Georgia Tech already 17 tonight, and Randolph mentioned those 5 made threes. I think the biggest cheer, though, was for that two-handed slam.
Well, when you're known as a shooter and you get to the rim like that, you got to take advantage of it. So, great job by him. And you know, you got to be catch and move. You can't just stand stationary. They're going to run at you, and and just great job there, hitting the post, just cutting off. And the defense tends to turn its head when you do post feeds. Not many teams do that anymore. Great job by him recognizing that.
Davis lost the handle. Ball's loose. George trying to pry it out. Jump ball called. Keba Jai did well to just have just enough on it to force the jump ball.
They play so hard. I think George is telling him, I thought the ball went, yeah. Markus Shrewsberry doesn't like the call, but I thought George got down and grabbed it. He loses it. They're scrambling for it, but George.
Yeah, he didn't have a hand on it. It was caught between his legs.
Yeah.
So that's the right call. Georgia Tech ball trailing by 2.
You want to reward him by going to the floor. Coaches tell guys, don't reach, don't bend down and reach for it. Get on the floor and get it, and unfortunately couldn't wrap his hands around it.
Kelly has had 8 of the last 11 for the Yellow Jackets. Passes off to Coleman. Draws the foul.
We talked about it. Coach Stoudemire wants Debo Coleman to be more of a catch-and-shoot guy, but when he doesn't have it, do a little bit what Shrewsberry's doing. He's a three-point shooter, but when guys drive out, he has the strength and physicality to put the ball on the floor, draw fouls like that.
In the second half, we're seeing contrasting styles. Georgia Tech outscoring Notre Dame 12-0 from 3. Kelly a 3. Fires Georgia Tech in front. Miles Kelly knocks down his 6th 3 of the night.
Great job there. They run that play outside line out of OB's. Missed a couple earlier. Shrewsberry's upset because that's on the scouting report. Nothing upsets a coach more than a play that you walk through telling you guys it's coming. You know it's going, you walk through it. I saw them walk through it, and Davis gets caught on that screen, and he is hot right now. You got to find him with his 6th 3 tonight. Big moment here for Notre Dame. Burton's out of the game. Logan Imes.
And a turnover.
Logan Imes is in right now, and he has to settle his group and get him in the offense. That time, that screen was, offensive foul was on Jai, moving on the ball screen. That's the second time that's happened tonight.
Great feed, the finish. Georgia Tech's made 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, Burton's going to get back in this game. He and Shrewsberry are both at the scorer's table now. And you see now when Burton's out, they get the ball in Davis's hand and then wants to run the offense through him.
To the corner for the tie, off the front rim, no. Long rebound to Reeves, goes coast to coast and misses.
Great hustle back by Notre Dame there. Corner three. No one rotates back to balance the defense. Notre Dame, Georgia Tech almost got a fast break layup there. Great transition defense.
With that foul, Notre Dame enters the bonus. So 1-1 when we come back. The Irish trailing by 3 on the road.
I'm here courtside. Watch this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Watch this, watch this.
Watch me. Do this.
He has it.
The most passion, the most intensity. This is the way basketball's supposed to be.
Taking a tour, I'm wrecking the land. I keep it hardcore cause it's dope, man.
What better way to get the juices flowing and to get your adrenaline going? That's it, Jerome!
I keep it hardcore like you never saw your wanna be. You wanna be.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Added up shooting threes and I slam on them. Slam.
A new night every Wednesday in January. The league's biggest teams, the game's brightest stars.
We hold the rock, I got 2 hands on it. Half court, we shooting shots like we wide open. Woo!
NBA Wednesday on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
I walk the walk, yeah. I talk the talk. I play the part, right? I do it all. Set it. I got the game. In this world is my legacy. Bling bling, my chain. I reign with my energy.
The Australian Open hits different on the networks of ESPN.
The competition's never been better.
This is just spectacular.
The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Ready for the NFL playoffs?
I was born ready.
Dramatic entrances? Check. Team of destiny?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. All the heart-pumping playoff action of your dreams? Check, please.
PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus. From the Pacific to the playoffs, every tournament starts on ESPN Plus. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. PGA Tour live.
Thursday night, 10 Eastern time, after our women's basketball doubleheader. You don't want to miss the Nothing But Net crew. Break down the night in the ACC and tell you everything you need to know in the week to come. Coverage you can only find right here on the ACC network. Now, this has been a very fun back-and-forth game between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech all night long. 7:45 left in regulation. What's going to decide this game down the stretch?
Well, when you're struggling to score, you get a guy that's knocking down shots like Kelly is. Can he continue and knock down a few more threes? If you're Notre Dame, your advantage has been on the inside. You've had shooting when you needed it. Shrewsberry knocked down a few, but your advantage, you're +8 in the paint right now. You got to continue to get in the paint. Burton's got to figure out a way to get himself going back in this game. Since he's gotten in foul trouble, he's lost a little bit of his aggressiveness. Hadn't scored strong since he's been in, and you see the second half numbers here. And they're going to get back. They need to continue to get this guy going. He's a big part of their offense, and like we talked about in the Open, his ability to score for himself and others.
It's contrasting styles right now. Georgia Tech relying on Kelly and the 3. Notre Dame's gone inside as Jai makes the front end of the 1-and-1. Would you continue to play to your strength if you're Notre Dame? Continue to go in the paint, or at some point you do have to match what Georgia Tech's doing beyond the arc?
Well, they're going to continue to defend. And, you know, when you get in your scouting report, Kelly has shot 25 all year. He's having that type of night. It's a one-possession game right now. You don't need to change anything. You just need to do what you've been doing and just do it a little bit better. Their strength is attacking the paint. It's not from the three-point line. Shrewsberry get a few. Knesnes get an open look. You want him to take it. Burton as well. The rest of the guys continue to do what they do and put pressure on the rim.
George uses the screen. Good ball movement, finds Coleman. 10 seconds to shoot. George fires a triple. Can't connect.
They were not going to leave Kelly open to find a 3 on that possession. I can assure you of that.
Here's Burton. He's been playing with 3 fouls in the second half. To fellow freshman Braeden Shrewsberry. Konechny, just short.
Officials are letting these bigs play inside. Ndongo and Baye are really battling inside, and great job officiating, not having to blow the whistle, letting these guys just fight it out.
Miscommunication there. Ndongo tried to find Kelly, but Kelly was already cutting.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate mistake there. You tell guys not to fake back doors, and Ndongo was just trying to reverse the ball.
You never want to make a pass that ends in your head coach's hands.
No, you don't. But more importantly, you don't even look over there. You just walk back and start talking on defense. Just pretend it didn't happen. But the good thing about it is it's not a live ball turnover. You get to set your D, you get to make up for it.
2 first-year head coaches that are desperate for a conference win. Burton put too much on that layup, jump ball, and the possession arrow is with Notre Dame, so it'll stay with the Irish.
Set a screen there. Ndongo wants to come away with that clean, and it's a great job by Zona, using his experience, tying up the young guy. Has a physical advantage. He's that grown senior strength, the grown man strength there by Zona, able to tie up the freshman. He's made a couple of plays tonight. He has the physical strength to, as strong as Ndongo is, hold his ground.
The officials are going to come over and take a look at the monitor here.
What a crew he got tonight.
At Ted Valentine, Jamie Lucky, and Brett Hampton. I don't think there's too much to look at there.
I don't think this should take that long. I mean, I think this should be blow the whistle, get back out and get to playing. Both guys grab it there. It's a tie up.
I'm looking for an elbow.
Yeah,
I don't see
think
one.
There's anything.
Well, it gives an opportunity for Markus Shrewsberry to draw something up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they're checking on the shot clock, he said.
So 16 on the shot clock. Down from 20. So Irish ball underneath their own hoop, trailing by 1. Notre Dame looking for their first true road win in 23 months. Think about that.
Yeah, that's a lot. And
Notre Dame has not gone on the road and won a game since February 12th, 2022. Could tonight be the night? Shot clock down to 8. Markus Burton, the go-to guy all season long, freshman. Didn't have the right touch there. Offensive rebound, Davis, he couldn't clean up the spill.
Davis really goes after the offensive glass and forces you to, you may sag off him from a jump shooting standpoint, but you better get a body on him because he is going to the offensive glass.
Right on the money by Ndongo.
They do that as well as anybody in the country. That pocket pass, getting into the bigs. Ndongo with the soft touch and the ability to reverse it.
For the tie, Shrewsberry delivers. Back and forth we go in Atlanta.
I think Braeden Shrewsberry is heating up himself, knocking down another 3 for him.
Kelly answers. That's his 7th 3.
You know I love three-point shooting, so I'm loving this right now. 2 guys stepping up, challenging each other from behind the three-point line, making plays, and Shrewsberry calls for it there.
Shrewsberry with a career-high 16 after this made triple.
Great down screen there, comes off. Shrewsberry lines it up, knocks it down. Kelly comes back and says, no, I'm the hot hand tonight. Late closeout. I'm knocking it down. Offense is picking up here late. Both teams are fighting hard to end the losing streaks.
Braeden Shrewsberry up to 17, a career high for the freshman.
He's closing in on a career high. Oh, he has.
He's got
17, yeah.
And make it 18 and back to a 1-point game with 5 minutes left in regulation.
We talked about who was going to step up for both teams' secondary scoring, and Kelly has done it in great fashion, and so is Braeden Shrewsberry.
Battle for the board. Every rebound, every loose ball, so critical in the final 5 minutes.
Games like this come down to free throw shooting, and just stand out. And these are two really good defensive teams. Who can step up and knock down a shot, make a play?
Keba Jai in the post, working against Ndongo. 5 seconds to shoot. And a foul called as Jai goes right into Ndongo. They've let him play. You said really physical in the post. That time they did blow the whistle.
And Shrewsberry gives his guys confidence. He'll go inside to Jai, and no matter who's guarding him, they will go. And, you know, they don't run a lot of sets for him, but they're not afraid that at the end of a shot clock or within their offense to drop the ball inside and give him touches. A little shaking up there, but they've been battling and banging.
And this is still 1-1.
Shrewsberry telling them, you walk this off because you're not coming out of this game. I need you on the floor. You take as much time as you need. You're not coming out of this game. As a bench, we're sitting next to the Notre Dame bench, and they hear us talking, and they're shaking their head like he ain't coming out. Great job of officiating there, knowing he's shaking up, giving him time, and guys get to catch their breath a little bit. And that's the thing you do, too. That's an experienced guy. He's young, but you get a chance, you get hit, you get a chance to catch your breath. These are big free throws.
And they're going to say that Jai was in the act of shooting, so it's actually not 1-1. He'll get 2 here. Makes the first anyway to tie it at 57. And the Irish back in front by 1 after close losses to NC State and Duke in their last 2 games. Can they cling and hold on to this lead down the stretch? Foul called off the ball. We're going to call it against Julian Roper. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, this free throw shooting is going to be a big part. Who steps up? And when you get to these situations now, we're approaching the 1-1. You know, when you get to these 1-1 situations, you want your better free throw shooters taking them.
Leaves, almost lost his footing, finds Coleman. Coleman off the bounce, turns around, doesn't drop.
It's a great job there driving, playing off 2 feet, pivoting away. Just couldn't get it down.
Burton in attack mode. Finds Shrewsberry. Under 10 on the shot clock. Burton, pull up pop, too much on it. Offensive rebound was swiped away by Reeves. Up ahead, Ndongo lays it up and in and fires Georgia Tech back in front.
Great job of rim running there by Ndongo. Transitioning from one end of the floor quickly and gets rewarded for running.
Burton calls his own number and delivers. Markus Burton, the instant answer.
He does it time and time again, just fearless, smallest guy on the floor but with the biggest heart.
Right back to Ndongo, the freshman going punch for punch on a Tuesday night in the ACC.
Both of these freshmen are showing you why the future is bright for both of these programs as Burton goes right back down the floor.
Contact, no call. Georgia Tech has numbers, 5-on-4. The extra pass, Coleman. Can't hit it. Everything going through Markus Burton right now.
It has to, because again, he's just so, his speed changes everything, his vision. And if he don't make a play for himself, again, he's going to do it for a teammate. Here, he's coming up with the guard screen. He gets the option there. If it's a go screen, he gives it to a shooter. What a...
Shrewsberry right in front of Dad, missed it.
Yeah, I thought Debo Coleman got a deflection, or was that Wasey that got it? Reeves got his hand up on that shot. But that option play, they run up, and either Shrewsberry can ghost the screen, meaning he slips it, and Burton can drive off it, or he just passes it to him.
Baye, Ndongo, we've talked about him all night long, got quiet in the second half. But when the chips have been down, they've relied on the freshman. Georgia Tech up by 1.
I'm a guy who lost a bet and my dignity. As if watching my team lose wasn't punishment enough. And if you have cut rate car insurance, odds are you'll be paying for that yourself. So get Allstate.
I'm here courtside. Watch this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Watch this, watch this.
Watch me, do this. We have breaking news right now, so we wait to see how this plays out. In all my years, I never watched anything like this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Mahomes. What a catch!
Hey, you gotta watch this. I'm watching.
Oh, I'm watching.
You might be done.
Now on SportsCenter, another wild night.
Watch me, do this.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus. From the Pacific to the playoffs, every tournament starts on ESPN Plus. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Added up shooting threes and I slam on them.
A new night every Wednesday in January. The league's biggest teams, the game's brightest stars.
We hold the rock, I got 2 hands on it. Half court, we shooting shots like we wide open. Woo!
NBA Wednesday on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Ready for the NFL playoffs?
I was born ready.
Dramatic entrances? Check. Team of destiny?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. All the heart-pumping playoff action of your dreams? Check, please.
We have a fun finish here in Atlanta. Under 2 minutes to go, 1-point game between Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. 2 first-year head coaches looking for a critical conference win.
They are, and their teams are battling here. Defended well. There's been sloppy offensive play at times, but the intensity on the defensive end has been there. Both of these teams deserving of the win. Unfortunately, only one team can get it.
8 ties, 10 lead changes in this game. And you look at the 3-point shooting. Georgia Tech has relied on Miles Kelly. He has been their go-to guy down the stretch.
He's knocked down 7 threes tonight, and Ndongo's got himself going here as well. Stoudemire drew up a play to get Kelly coming off a baseline runner there and committed a foul, put him at the line.
Yeah, in the bonus now.
Yeah.
And it's been a great shooting night for Kelly, but this will be his first free throw attempt. 23 points on the back of those 7 made threes.
No, he's in a rhythm of shooting, but catching and shooting it from behind the arc and knocking down free throws are entirely two different things right now. And
he missed it.
And that's why I say, you know, free throw shooting is a rhythm as well. And when you don't take many of them, it's hard to get in that rhythm, and he missed the front of them at 1-and-1.
Timeout, Markus Shrewsberry. He had 3 at his disposal, so decides to use one there. Notre Dame trailing by 1, looking for their first true road win in 23 months.
PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus. From the Pacific to the playoffs, every tournament starts on ESPN Plus. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. PGA Tour live on ESPN Plus.
The competition's never been better.
This is just spectacular.
The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Markus Shrewsberry drawing something up. Notre Dame trailing by 1. The Irish could very well come back, win this game, and it would be their first true road win since at Clemson, February 12th, 2022. And maybe it had to be Atlanta because that's the new home of their former head coach, longtime Mike Baye. He came to the team meal last night, met with the coaches and the team a little bit. He's an assistant coach with the Atlanta Hawks right now.
Mike Baye is one of the best to do it and the winningest coach in Notre Dame history and so much success. I was glad that he's still involved in the program.
Shrewsberry, deep 3, got it! Braeden Shrewsberry, a career-high 21, and that 3 fires the Irish in front.
That's such a great play because Coach Shrewsberry told me earlier today he knows this Georgia Tech defense, they're going to sit at that nail. They're not going to let you beat him off the dribble right down the middle. He wants to spray it, get off of it, puts his shooter at that spot, and a hot hand just got it and shot it, and Braeden Shrewsberry is doing what he's done all game. He's knocked down shots, been played well, and just a great time situation to knock down that play. And that is ideally the look that Shrewsberry knew he'd get. Right on the sun to knock it down. What a shot, what a play, what a shot.
To call your son's number on the road when you haven't won in nearly 2 years on the road like Notre Dame has, and for him to deliver big clutch 3, a career-high 21 points, but those 3 are the biggest of the bunch.
They are, and it puts him up, and it's a big shot. And he comes out, he gets a break, and you're happy for your son when he knocks down shots like that because you know how hard he works, and it's difficult when you're coaching your son because he has to hear it, and you know, in the locker room with his teammates, and then he has to go home sometime and hear from dad there too. So you just can't get away. Yeah, you can't get away from it.
Well, everybody in the gym and watching at home knows that Miles Kelly, 13 in gray, is probably the go-to guy here for Georgia Tech. Let's see if they can give it to him. No, they go to Ndongo. Battling. Swiped away, Julian Roper. What a stop by Notre Dame.
Ran the ball screen there for George and put their freshman Ndongo and George in the ball screen. George has to stop leaving his feet. He's tipping his hand, that he's throwing a lob. I think he can turn a corner there and finish and lay that up. And if he gets to the rim, then Ndongo can clean it up on the offensive glass. He's just throwing a lob every time, and Ndongo unable to get to it that time.
Burton rolled off, no good, offensive rebound. Do you foul here if you're Georgia Tech? And they do.
No, you didn't have to there. You wanted to get a stop. It's a one-possession game. You were going to get the last possession had you not fouled. And
Looked like Kelly reached in to try and get the ball there.
Yeah, but Burton's going to put pressure on him, getting fouled. Didn't have to commit that. It wasn't going to go back to 30.
Burton makes the first, and now to try and make it a 2-possession game.
Plenty of time here. Georgia Tech does not have to have a 3.
Missed it, so it stays a 1-possession game. 30 seconds left in regulation. Yellow Jackets have a timeout. Here's Kelly. He's already made 7 threes tonight. This time takes it in for the layup. 1-point game. Timeout, David Stoudemire.
Kelly may have fouled on this end. Great decision there. Not taking the 3, playing hero ball. Drives it, turns the corner on Jive, finishes the lay. Down 1, plenty of time here for the Yellow Jackets to get back and to get in front of this one.
That's now 25 points on the night for Kelly. Georgia Tech is now out of timeouts. Notre Dame still with 2 remaining. The possession arrow in the event of a tie-up is with Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Here, Notre Dame has to figure out who do they want to put at the line. This is where experience matters. Free throw shooting matters. But sometimes you're at the mercy of the situation. You got guys on the floor. It's difficult to put someone in that has not played a lot of minutes in this game and have them go to the line for critical free throws. So I think they're going to try to, even though Burton missed 1, he's over 80%, 83 on the year. I try to get it back to him. Konechny's 85%. Those are the 2 guys you need to put the ball in their hands.
Right now, Notre Dame with the lead because of Braeden Shrewsberry, the freshman, a clutch triple.
Shrewsberry, another guy shooting in the 80s, had the hot hand here tonight. Now you got to be strong with the ball here because when they inbound it, expect Georgia Tech to try to get a trap and a tie-up. Try to get a steal if they can. 5-second count. They do not have to foul. Now, usually in this situation, if you're going to do that, you want to tell the officials not to blow the whistle because sometimes they tend to call the foul thinking that you're going to foul immediately.
Notre Dame coming off 2 tough losses that came down to the final few seconds. NC State and Duke. Can they cling on and finish out this win?
Running the double screen for Burton, and
it's not there. They get it in. And Shrewsberry's fouled.
Yeah, they tried the double. Great job there. They tried the double. Konechny got it, held it, was strong through the double. Found a hot hand tonight. Braeden Shrewsberry with big free throws here.
Shooting 2 in the double bonus. Shrewsberry 82% free throw shooter on the season. Shooting right into the Georgia Tech student section, knocks down the first. Now the best he can do here is make it a 3-point game, so still 1 possession.
If you're Notre Dame, you got to go offense, defensive substitution here, and you're going to see even if Shrewsberry makes this shot, I think he'll come out, get you a bigger lineup in, some versatility.
And it drops in.
Yeah, Davis is coming in. You need his versatility. He's the most versatile defender on the floor. Braeden Shrewsberry with the roll. The rim was kind to him here. Again, you don't have to go for a 3, but if you do, you got to get it to Kelly. Same rub screen here. Great defense there. Now you got to make a play.
Too much time running off. 8 seconds left. Ndongo drills it!
Wow! Wow! Ndongo has 2 for 6 on the year. They tried to get the ball to Kelly. It wasn't there. He pops out. Look at this play. You see Kelly there. Both defenders went with Kelly. Ndongo is showing you he's more than just an inside player. Knocking down a clutch 3. Trying to get us into overtime for free basketball. How about that?
The freshman sensation.
Wow.
I don't know if that's what Damon Stoudemire would have drawn up, but guess what? It counts all the same. Tied at 66, our 9th tie of the night. 5.5 remaining. And as you said, maybe the unlikeliest three-point shooter in that spot. The freshman sensation from Senegal, Baye Ndongo.
Plenty of time, going the distance. You got a guy like Burton at his speed. So let's see if they face guard him. You can throw it into someone else and get him sprinting up the court. Let's see what Markus Shrewsberry gets designed. You got draw up. You got so many options. 5.5 seconds is a ton of time. You can get to the rim in that time. You could kick it up to one of the shooters. You like defense, you like toughness, you like physicality, you like this game, and it's been everything we thought it would be.
It's been tight throughout.
It has.
Neither team has led by more than 7. Back and forth all night long in Atlanta. And it comes down to the final 5.5 seconds of regulation. Can Notre Dame find a winner here? Would be their first road win since February 2022. 23 months have gone by.
Watch for Burton here coming off. They're going to try to get it to Burton on the move. They're doubling him here. They're going to try to get him on the move.
Into Burton. He's got plenty of speed.
Get it coast to coast, plenty of time.
Pulls up for the win. Missed it. We are going to overtime in Atlanta.
What a game. What a game.
Overtime here in Atlanta for two teams led by first-year head coaches that are desperate for a second conference win on this campaign.
And foul trouble is not an issue. The only guy, Roper has 4. No one else has more than 3.
Everything working through Burton, although he lost it there on the first possession of the extra session.
It's not the time for turnovers, but they've struggled with turnovers tonight. And
Ndongo, he's the reason we're in overtime. Hit the game-tying 3. Now going to work inside. Missed it short.
Yeah, I think he's better off facing up when he gets in the post. I don't know how much he's going to get by trying to back down Jai. It's really physical and strong. Turn and face. Now he has to get off you. You've shown your touch. You've shown your range.
Knezi in attack mode. Turns around. Missed it. Grabs his own rebound, though. Leaves it for Jai. Let's see if Notre Dame can cash in. Roper lines it up and knocks it down. Julian Roper fires Notre Dame up by 3.
Great shot there. Catches one in rhythm. Great find by Burton, hitting the gap. Kicking the weak side to his shooting.
Coleman, step back. Missed the 3.
Tried to step back into one. I thought he had a rhythm. He could have just stepped up and taken it right there. And tried to step back behind the line and answer that 3 by Roper and couldn't knock it down. The ball is getting into the paint a lot more off the dribble than it did earlier in the game.
Burton right into the paint, keeps the dribble alive. Finds Shrewsberry, and he lost the handle. And they say it was off of Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets disagree. There's 2 seconds left on the timer. Ted Valentine, Jamie Luckey huddling up.
Yeah, I think they made the right call. See the officials get together, communicate, made the right call, one touch.
2 seconds left on the shot clock. Notre Dame needs something in a hurry.
Shrewsberry here.
Shrewsberry gets it, fires. Doesn't hit. And once again, the ball awarded to Notre Dame. Damon Stoudemire can't believe it. He's thought the last two have come off the Irish.
Ball hits the rim there. I think it's off Ndongo.
It is.
Ndongo there. I thought it hits his hand at the end.
Stolen away.
Wow.
Reeves went up and got that one. Nathan George, 11 assists tonight. Give and go here. Pull up pop. Hits it. Big time bucket by the crafty Canadian.
Nate George there, getting to his mid-range game. He'll have that shot all night. Just stay on balance. Keep your confidence as he has. He needs to stay on his feet. Don't jump until he has to. He's made some decisions doing that, but he's been playing well here.
Burton fighting through traffic. Finds Shrewsberry. And he's fouled. The freshman will go to the line already with a career-high 23 points tonight.
You're going to have to alter your defense a little bit. Georgia Tech likes to play in gaps to take away penetration, but his ability tonight to knock down shots is starting to open up. They're trying to get out to him quickly, allowing him to drive and get to the rim.
A perfect 5 for 5 from the foul line. What a performance this is for Braeden Shrewsberry on the road. He's delivered a career-high 24 points. Make it 25.
Let's see if Kelly can get going here.
He's already made 7 threes tonight. Has yet to touch it on this possession, though.
One more, you got him.
There he is. Kelly missed it. Got a good look. Couldn't connect. Offensive rebound. They try and get it back to Kelly in the corner, and it's swatted away by Roper.
Look for Georgia Tech to try to put Kelly on the opposite side of the ball screen. They do a great job of hitting the big on a short roll, and when Ndongo does a great job of reversing it, the shots are on a weak shot. They're going to take away that roll, and it's 2-on-1 on the backside. They'll have that shot all night. See if they can, that great opportunity here. Last shot by Kelly. Let's see if they can do it again. Oh, wow.
Miscommunication. Kelly couldn't save it, and that is a costly turnover here in overtime.
Yeah, that's just an unforced error there. That when you're struggling to win, those are the turnovers you just don't want to have. It's still a one-possession game, plenty of time. Shake it off, but you got to get a stop.
Notre Dame with a chance to make it a 2-possession game.
They're going to try to get Burton on a move there. Great switch by Georgia Tech.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Irish underneath their own hoop. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Great defense there by Georgia Tech. They were trying to create a play to get Burton to come off the ball screen, but they wanted to get a screen away action first to get him on a move, and Georgia Tech knew it was coming and switched the bigger defender, Debo Coleman, on him.
Shrewsberry backs it out. He's got 25 points, a career high. Looking for 2 more. Rattles in and out, no good. Battle for the ball, it's still loose. They let it roll out of bounds. Georgia Tech ball. Really smart decision not to touch that by the Yellow Jackets.
Great job there. I thought they'd pick it up and try to get numbers with Jai laying on the ground. Ball rolled out of Jai's hand. Great job going up. They're fighting on the boards for every rebound, every possession now. Oh, wow.
Does it go off Miles Kelly's foot here?
Wow. Crowd's booing it like, why are we showing this on the monitor?
I am curious why the officials didn't take a look at that.
It's
a reviewable play.
I don't think it was the way it looked. I don't think it, you didn't think that. It just, in hindsight, there's something you're gonna question maybe tomorrow. But
Kelly for the tie, missed it. He's gotten 2 good looks, and he has failed to make them both. 50 seconds left at overtime.
This is a big-time stop for Georgia Tech. They have got to get a stop here. You don't want it to go under 30 seconds and be a two-point game, a two-possession game. This play has been giving them trouble. They need to switch it, and they do.
Kelly on Burton, trying to spin his way free. Can't connect. Georgia Tech still with life.
You don't need a three here, plenty of time.
Kelly takes one anyway. Missed it. Ball kept alive, and Georgia Tech has to foul. No foul called. Now one is with 13.1.
Sometimes fatigue gets the best of you. Kelly did a great job in regulation in that situation, getting to the rim, delaying the foul, situational foul. That time he took the three, and when you do that, you're deciding the game right there, because if they knock down these free throws, it's 5 points, 4 to 5 points. That's a two-possession game with 13 seconds. It's really difficult to make up. You drive that and get a layup here. We're fouling, and these free throws are pressure. When you're up three, it's not as much pressure on you.
Now, Kelly made 7 threes tonight, but he'll remember most probably the 2 he's missed here in overtime.
Yeah, had 3 straight ones. Had the corner one on the reversal, and last 2 possessions he got threes off. And
now this is now or never time for Georgia Tech, trailing by 5. Time not on their side. Timeout, Damon Stoudemire. That's his final timeout.
Yeah, Damon Stoudemire now will talk to his group. He may draw up a play with an option of getting the quick 2 or 3 and foul.
Meanwhile, for Notre Dame, they are 13 seconds away from hanging on to what would be their first true road win in 23 months.
Yeah.
Think about how significant that is for this program.
It is. I mean, for a program, well, we talked about it, the way they defend, but you want to end that streak as you're coming in. As part of setting the culture, Markus Shrewsberry is doing that with this group. Their identity is on the defensive end of the floor. This team has held every ACC opponent double digits below their season average, and one of the reasons Georgia Tech is getting this tonight is because of overtime, and they still, in overtime, is not at their season average of 72, almost 73 points on the year. So understand, when you play the Fighting Irish, you're going to be in a physical dogfight.
Now Notre Dame won the battle on the glass, plus 14. That's the difference in this game right now. The second chance points, the points in the paint. And in overtime, I just thought they were the more physical team.
They tend to be that every night out of the floor, but they got timely baskets as well. And I think the one guy on both teams that can create a shot for himself and other is Burton. And his 7 assists was critical in getting in. And I thought Nate George did a really good job for his team as well. But that guy's ability to score and then find teammates, and the pressure he puts on you, creating hockey assists, is just invaluable.
Georgia Tech in overtime has been held to just 1 for 6 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3. So that Notre Dame defense that you've talked about all night, it really showed up most in overtime.
And for Kelly, he's played a lot of minutes. You know, he's played extremely well with 25 points tonight. He's literally played all but 5 minutes. He's well over 40 minutes into this game, so it's nothing for him to hang his head down about. We've seen crazier things happen, and you got to get a decision here quick. Whether you go for 2 or 3, you got to make a field goal here. You can try to get a 5-second count. If not, maybe a quick turnover. Things are not looking Georgia Tech's way. Someone had to lose, which has been a difficult game tonight. It's been a hard-fought, tough game. And what a game. What a game.
Really, from opening tip, back and forth, not much to separate these 2 teams. And now Georgia Tech in now or never time. With the ball, trailing by 5. It was Baye Ndongo who drilled the three with 5 seconds left in regulation to send us to overtime. He's the inbounder here. Georgia Tech has to hurry with a head of steam. George, got to get the shot off, and he does. Can't connect. And that'll do it for Notre Dame. The Irish can feel it.
Try to get Terry there on a ball screen, fade screen, and then pin down action. And great job. They knew it was coming. They switched it.
What a win this is for Markus Shrewsberry and Notre Dame. After really difficult losses to NC State and Duke, 2 games they really felt like they could have and should have won after they beat Virginia.
Yeah.
This Notre Dame team is for real now.
This Notre Dame team should easily be 3-2, at minimum 3-2, and they had the NC State game, and credit to NC State for finding a way to win that one, but they assisted in that, and to come here and also this is one of those things you want to put behind you. Losing on the road, not winning one in 2 years. Great job tonight for Notre Dame Fighting Irish to get one on the road.
Yeah, the first time in 23 months. It's February 2020.